In this video, we're going to take a look at the discussion forum. Now, many of you have already had some experience using the discussion forum if you had participated in the previous training, but just to be sure, let's take a look at it. There's several ways to find a discussion forum on your course. I have a couple set up on this course, but there's nothing in them, so it would be better if I looked at one that had a discussion already going. So I'm going to go over to the Moodle tutorials course that we'd taken for the spring faculty. And you can find a forum right here in the activities block. This block, just so you know, is another block that you can add. If it's not on your course, you can add it the same way that I showed you how to use the calendar. You would turn editing on, go down to add a block, find the activities block, and there you have it. And this shows you all the different choices of the different activities that are in the course. So here we can find forums by clicking on the forums there, and it comes up with a list of the different forums. But you can also, let's go back, if you know that there was a forum in a specific week that you want, you can go down to the week or the module and find the forum. And here's one right here, so that's actually an activity. So discussion on the navigation tutorial for teachers. So you click on the discussion, and just so you know, your discussion forum should be linked from within your lessons and assignments, and then also in the module itself so that you can link directly on it from within the module. So in this case, we have a discussion ongoing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different discussions going, and this looks a little bit different than the discussion forums did in PB Works, because in order to see what the replies were, you actually have to click on the discussion. And now you can see it in a nested format, so that this was the initial, this was a reply, and there was a reply, and this was a reply to a reply. So you can see that they're nested, indented slightly so that you can see who's replying to whom. And there are other ways to look at it. I'm not sure, I've never looked at this, so bear with me, but there are other ways to display it. Display replies flat with oldest first. So that just puts everything flush left, and then the oldest reply is at the top and the newest at the bottom. So that's one way to look at it. Display replies flat with newest first, so that just reverses the order. And display replies in threaded form. So here's the original, and then you have them down here with just a thread. You got to click on the thread in order to open it. And then the way that it was, I believe this is the default, display replies in nested form, so that you can see each reply. So if we go back to the previous page, if we go back, if you want to add a discussion, let's say you want to add a discussion to the news forum, so you would click on the news forum. Again, you can do it here, or you can do it from the activities block. We can add a new topic. You would add your subject. This is a test for Bobby's video. And the message is, thanks for following along. Have a great day. As you can see, this was a news forum, the subscription. Everyone is subscribed to this forum. You can add a file if you want to, in this case up to 256 megabytes. I believe that's the largest file that you can attach to anything in Moodle. So we post to forum, and now everybody's going to get a copy of that. So that will automatically go out. And if we go back out to the main page, we'll use our breadcrumbs up here. We'll go out to the main page on the course. And over here in the latest news, you can see it right there. This is a test for Bobby's video. And again, if you wanted to add another topic, you could do it right there, add a new topic. You can click on the forum here to start a discussion, or you can find your forums here under activities. So if you wanted to read the discussion going on, so we have two general forums, the news forum and the setting goals forum. And we have something that's called a learning forum. There are different forums types set up, so you might want to get familiar with them, in which case we probably set all of the courses up to just the general forum, meaning that each student can start a discussion and reply to a discussion. There were other settings that you can set that you wouldn't be able to see a discussion until you already started your own discussion. So that may be something to check out. Actually, why don't we go back and do that in one of my discussion forums here. To modify the discussion forum, you're going to click on the update, the hand with the little pencil. And here's something, a little tip that makes life a lot easier. Whenever you see the editor here, you can drag this out. If you just put your cursor over the lower right hand corner like that and click and drag, you can actually make this bigger. Makes it easier to read and work with. So this was discussion forum that's already set up, but let's see some of the changes that we can. The display page name means that the page name here, discussion post assignment, is going to, no, it's week 2 discussion is the page name. That will appear on the module on the front page. So if you don't want it there, then you can take that off. Do you want it visible? I don't know why you would put a discussion forum that you would hide, but you can hide it if you choose to. You can restrict access within a specific date range if you wanted to. If you only wanted to make the discussion available during the week that it was assigned, then you would set the dates here. You can set conditions that your students had to complete something else before they're allowed to enter the discussion post. And you can hide the activity entirely until those prerequisites were met. So the activity completion, the students can manually mark the activity as complete. When I go back out to the course, I will show you what that means. I would usually set it so that the show activity is complete when conditions are met, and that condition being the student must view this activity completed, and they're expected to complete it by whatever the due date is. So once you make your changes here, you can save it and return to the course. The completion activity, let's turn editing off. And I want to switch my role to student so we see it as the student sees it. These little check boxes here are the activity completion. So if it's marked, if the student can mark it themselves, that means that they can put a check mark there and mark it. In this case, I just set that up. Now that wasn't the one that I set up. If you want them to be able to mark it, that's for their own tracking, so that they can mark it themselves as complete. Here, this is grayed out, which means that they can't check it. This is the one that I just changed, I believe, this discussion week 2, which is why it's grayed out as well. So they can't mark it complete until they do what they were supposed to do, whatever the prerequisite was. Okay, so now I'm going to return to my normal role here. And whenever you do that, your editing turns off, so you need to turn your editing back on if you want to make any additional changes. I do want to look at one more thing on the discussion forum. Okay, forget that for now. We'll come back to this later when I'm doing the grading. I think that covers everything you need to know about the discussion forum. How to reply. Like I said, I know you've had some experience doing it before. You have the sandbox set up if you want to go in and practice some, but it is basically a pretty straightforward activity. In our next video, we will go over uploading and viewing assignments that the students have submitted. Before I leave, let's go back to the discussion forums and review the different types of forums that are available. And you're going to find that, and now it's not there. All right. Let's go back. I had just done it. All right, I'm sorry, bear with me. What did you just do? Now, why is that different? I don't understand. Why is that one different? Oh, I know, because I probably didn't set it yet. Okay. I'm sorry for the confusion. If you bear with me, I realize what went wrong. My week 2 discussion, I've already formatted it so it wouldn't let me change the type of discussion forum it is, and that's what I was looking for. So if we go down to week 4 discussion page, I haven't done anything with this one yet. and there it goes, forum type. So in addition to the standard forum for general use, which is the one